Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't grind, you'll never glow. That's the truth that so many people run from. Everybody wants to shine, the applause, the rewards, but few are willing to pay the price. Success is never handed to anyone. It is earned, it is fought for, and it is claimed by those who refuse to stop grinding when life gets tough. The glow you dream of, the financial freedom, the respect, the recognition, the life of meaning, it is on the other side of consistent, unrelenting work. And here's what I want you to understand: work is not just physical labor. It's the daily decision to show up when you feel tired, to push forward when nobody is watching, and to believe in yourself when no one else does. Hard work is the foundation of all success. You cannot escape it. You cannot buy your way around it. Every champion, every leader, every person you admire, they all had to put their hands to the grindstone when nobody cared, when nobody clapped, when nobody even believed in them. The grind builds character, and character creates glow. Without that process, you may get success for a moment, but you won't be able to keep it because you didn't earn it through the discipline of effort. And let's talk about struggle. Too many people treat struggle as a curse, but it is not punishment, it is preparation. Struggle sharpens you, teaches you, strengthens you. It pushes you beyond what you thought you were capable of. It is life's way of asking, do you really want what you're praying for? Are you willing to handle the weight of the blessing you're asking for? Because if you can't endure the struggle, you won't sustain the glow. Discipline separates dreamers from doors. Everyone has a dream, but not everyone has the discipline to chase it. Discipline is waking up earlier, staying up later, cutting off distractions, and keeping your eyes on the vision. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel, it demands that you act regardless of your feelings. That's why dreamers stay stuck while doors rise. The doors turn discipline into a lifestyle. Sacrifice today creates freedom tomorrow. You cannot have both comfort and greatness at the same time. You will either give up your comfort for a season or give up your dreams forever. The choice is yours. Those who glow later are those who are willing to grind now, to give up temporary pleasure for permanent purpose. Consistency is the secret weapon of champions. It's not about doing it once, twice, or when you feel motivated. It's about doing it every day. Champions are built in the quiet, in the routines, in the daily choices that stack up over time. That's what produces greatness. And finally, the glow is the reward for refusing to quit. When life knocks you down, you get back up. When people doubt you, you prove them wrong with persistence. When fear whispers that you can't, you grind until you do. Your glow will not come because you wished for it. It will come because you worked for it, sweated for it, cried for it, sacrificed for it, and never quit on it. So I say again, if you don't grind, you'll never glow. But if you make the decision today to embrace the grind, to trust the process, to value the struggle, then one day the glow of your success will be so bright that it will silence every doubt, every fear, and every obstacle that ever tried to stop you. Hard work is not glamorous, it's not flashy, and it doesn't always feel rewarding in the moment. But hard work is the soil where every dream is planted and the only ground on which success can grow. People look at successful men and women and admire their glow. The cars, the homes, the influence, the freedom. But what they fail to see is the grind that came before it. They see the fruit but ignore the roots. And without roots, no tree can stand. Without grind, no glow can last. You see, life will always present two paths, the easy road and the hard road. The easy road tempts you with comfort, distractions, and shortcuts. But that road leads nowhere. It's filled with wasted potential and regret. The hard road is rough, filled with obstacles, demanding your patience and effort. But at the end of the hard road, you find strength, wisdom, and victory. That's where the glow is waiting. That's why hard work is the foundation of all success. When you choose hard work, you are choosing to build character. Hard work makes you disciplined. Hard work forces you to discover who you really are when no one is watching. It's in the late nights when you want to quit, but you keep going. It's in the early mornings when you'd rather sleep, but you get up anyway. It's in the sacrifices that make no sense to others, but you know they're necessary for where you're headed. Hard work is where average people stop and extraordinary people begin. I've seen people with talent fail because they believed talent was enough. I've seen people with brilliant minds struggle because they thought intelligence would carry them through. But I've also seen ordinary men and women with no special gift rise to incredible heights because they outworked everyone else. Talent will open a door, but hard work will keep it open. Intelligence might spark an idea, but hard work will turn that idea into reality. And here's the truth. Hard work is not a punishment. It's a privilege. It means you have something to strive for, something worth chasing, something greater than what you have now. If you are grinding, if you are pushing yourself every day, it means you still believe in a better future. That belief is powerful. That belief will carry you through. Hard work is not stealing from your life. It is investing in your life. Every hour, every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort you put in today is a seed that will grow into tomorrow's glow. So when others give up, when others settle, when others complain about how difficult the grind is, remind yourself the glow belongs to those who refuse to quit. The glow belongs to those who lay the foundation brick by brick, day by day, with their own hands. Without the grind, the glow will never come. But if you choose hard work, the glow becomes inevitable. Struggle is life's way of shaping you, testing you, and preparing you for the greatness you've been asking for. Too often, people misinterpret struggle. They think it's life being unfair or a sign they're on the wrong path. But let me tell you, struggle is not punishment, it's preparation. Every challenge you face, every obstacle that blocks your way, every setback that knocks you down is designed to build the strength you'll need for the success you're chasing. Think about it, a seed cannot grow without pressure. When it's underground, it has to fight through dirt, darkness, and wait just to reach the light. That pressure is necessary. That struggle is necessary. Without it, the seed never becomes a tree, and without your struggles, you will never become the person capable of handling your dream. When you struggle, you learn patience. You learn resilience. You learn resourcefulness. You discover strengths you never knew you had. Struggle is the classroom where greatness is taught. It teaches you lessons no book, no teacher, no mentor can ever provide. It teaches you the value of persistence, the necessity of faith, and the importance of grit. Look at every person who has achieved something extraordinary. Their story is filled with chapters of struggle, nights of doubt, seasons of pain, years of sacrifice. But they didn't run from it. They embraced it. They saw struggle as part of the process, part of the training, part of the preparation. That's why they made it. Not because they avoided struggle, but because they endured it. The truth is, if life gave you everything you wanted without struggle, you wouldn't appreciate it. You wouldn't be able to handle it. You wouldn't grow into the person required to keep it. Struggle builds capacity. Struggle builds depth. Struggle makes sure you don't just glow for a moment, but shine for a lifetime. So the next time you're in a hard season, stop asking, why me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? What strength is being built in me right now? Because once you shift your perspective, you'll realize struggle is not your enemy. It's your greatest ally. It's the heat that turns coal into a diamond. It's the fire that purifies gold. It's the resistance that builds your wings. Don't curse your struggle. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Because one day, you'll look back and realize it was the very thing that prepared you to carry the weight of the glow you were destined to have. Discipline is the line that divides people who dream from people who achieve. Everybody has dreams. Everybody has visions of a better life, more success, more freedom, more joy. But dreams without discipline are fantasies, and fantasies never change your life. What separates dreamers from doers is the daily commitment to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. That's the truth people don't want to hear, because it's easier to talk about dreams than to act on them. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're discouraged, or if you don't feel motivated. Discipline says, show up anyway. You might not feel like going to the gym, but discipline laces up your shoes. You might not feel like studying, but discipline opens the book. You might not feel like working on your business, but discipline sits you down and gets you moving. That's how winners are made. Not by waiting for the perfect mood or the perfect moment, but by practicing discipline when it's the hardest. Think about an athlete. Talent might get them on the field, but discipline is what keeps them at the top. They practice the same moves, the same drills over and over until it's second nature. They eat what others won't eat. They train when others sleep. They sacrifice when others indulge. Why? Because they know talent without discipline is wasted potential. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. And here's the truth: discipline hurts in the moment. It feels like restriction. It feels like you're missing out. But what you're really doing is trading short-term pleasure for long-term power. The undisciplined life will always look easy in the beginning, but it will always end in regret. The disciplined life may feel tough in the beginning, but it ends with freedom, success, and pride. Which life do you want? The dreamers who stay stuck are the ones who live by their emotions. If they feel motivated, they move. If they feel discouraged, they stop. If they feel excited, they start something new. If they feel bored, they quit. That cycle guarantees failure. But the doers, the disciplined ones, build habits that don't ask permission from emotions. They create routines, they commit to goals, and they hold themselves accountable whether they feel like it or not. That's why they succeed while others only wish. So discipline isn't punishment, it's the foundation of freedom. Without it, you'll always be controlled by your moods, your excuses, and your circumstances. With it, you gain control over your life, your future, and your destiny. Discipline is the key that unlocks the life you dream about, and without it, those dreams will always remain just out of reach. Sacrifice is the price of freedom. Too many people want greatness without giving anything up. They want success without surrender, rewards without responsibility, glow without grind. But life doesn't work that way. Every great achievement comes with a cost, and that cost is sacrifice. The question is, are you willing to pay it? Sacrifice means saying no when others say yes. It means turning down instant gratification for long-term gains. It means working when your friends are relaxing, saving when others are spending, and focusing when others are distracted. Sacrifice doesn't look glamorous. In fact, it often looks lonely. But every sacrifice is an investment in the life you're building. And when the glow comes, people will only see the rewards, not the nights you went without. Think of a student who sacrifices late nights to study. Their friends might laugh, saying, "You're wasting your time." But years later, when that student graduates, gets the career, and creates opportunities for themselves and their family, those same friends will wonder how they did it. The truth is simple, they were willing to sacrifice when others weren't. Or think about entrepreneurs. The early years are full of sacrifices, no steady paycheck, long hours, endless risks. They sacrifice comfort, certainty, and sometimes even sleep. But those sacrifices build businesses, wealth, and legacies that outlast them. Every successful story you admire was written in the ink of sacrifice. Sacrifice hurts because it requires discipline, patience, and trust in the unseen. You don't always see immediate results, and that's where most people quit. They'd rather enjoy a little now and miss out on much later. But those who glow are those who choose differently. They choose to sacrifice today because they know freedom is waiting on the other side. And freedom is exactly what sacrifice creates. When you sacrifice small pleasures today, you buy yourself bigger rewards tomorrow. When you sacrifice excuses, you buy results. When you sacrifice comfort, you buy growth. Sacrifice is not about losing. It's about choosing. It's about giving up what you want now for what you want most. Here's the key: you cannot have both. You cannot cling to comfort and expect greatness. You cannot hold on to excuses and expect success. You cannot stay the same and expect change. Something must be given up for something greater to be gained. So stop fearing sacrifice and start embracing it. Every time you sacrifice, you are proving to yourself and to life that you are serious about your dreams. And life always rewards the serious. Sacrifice today, glow tomorrow. That's the law, that's the price. And if you're willing to pay it, your future self will thank you for the freedom, the success, and the glow you refuse to quit on. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Too many people treat failure as a dead end, when in reality it's a detour. Every setback, every rejection, every mistake carries within it a seed of wisdom, a lesson that will prepare you for your comeback. The problem is, most people stop at the failure. They get knocked down and never get back up. They take no as final instead of as fuel. But those who win in life have learned to use failure as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Think about the most successful people in the world. They weren't born successful. They failed often and hard. They were rejected, doubted, laughed at. But instead of letting failure define them, they let it refine them. They asked themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger because of this? They took failure as feedback. That mindset is what separates champions from quitters. Failure has a way of exposing your weaknesses, and that can hurt. But instead of hiding from that truth, you must embrace it. Failure shows you where you need to improve, where you need to push harder, where you need to think differently. It strips away arrogance and replaces it with humility. And humility creates room for growth. That's why failure is one of life's greatest teachers, if you're willing to listen. The glow that you want, the success, the recognition, the freedom will come from walking through failure, not around it. Every great story is filled with setbacks. But the comeback always outshines the setback when you refuse to stay down. A boxer isn't defined by the number of times he gets knocked down, but by the number of times he gets back up. And so it is with life. Failure will test your resilience. It will ask you, how bad do you really want it? Most people quit at the first obstacle, not realizing the obstacle was there to test their commitment. But if you push through, if you rise after each fall, you build strength that cannot be shaken. You earn the right to glow because you endured the grind. Failure doesn't disqualify you. It qualifies you. It shows you've been tested, you've been tried, and you've chosen to fight again. So don't run from failure. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't hide it. Wear it like a badge of honor. It means you were brave enough to try, bold enough to pursue something bigger than yourself. And if you stay in the game long enough, failure will transform into wisdom. Wisdom will transform into action, and action will transform into victory. Persistence is the fuel that keeps the fire burning when everything around you says quit. Life will throw obstacles, distractions, and disappointments your way. It will test your patience, your courage, your belief in yourself. Persistence is the voice inside you that says, I will not give up. I will not back down. I will not stop until I see my breakthrough. Too many people start strong but finish weak because they lack persistence. They get excited at the beginning, motivated by a fresh dream, a new goal. But when the excitement fades, they quit. That's why persistence is more powerful than motivation. Motivation starts you, but persistence keeps you going. Every path to greatness is filled with resistance. You'll hear no more times than you can count. You'll face setbacks that make you question yourself. You'll have days where it feels like nothing is working. But persistence says, I will keep moving forward, even if it's only one step at a time. That's how mountains are climbed, one step after another. Persistence means refusing to let circumstances control your destiny. It means staying focused when distractions come, staying disciplined when comfort calls, staying strong when everything in you wants to give up. Persistence is what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Consider inventors, leaders, visionaries, the ones who changed the world. Their secret wasn't that they never faced defeat. Their secret was that they persisted through defeat. They kept knocking on doors until one opened. They kept pushing through barriers until one broke. They kept showing up long after others walked away. That's why their glow shines so bright. They refuse to quit. Persistence requires faith. You have to believe in a future you cannot yet see. You have to trust that your grind today will pay off tomorrow. You have to believe that your hard work, your sacrifices, your struggles are not in vain. That belief will carry you through the darkest nights and toughest battles. And persistence isn't about speed, it's about consistency. You don't have to run fast, you just have to keep moving. Slow progress is still progress. Small wins are still wins. Every step forward brings you closer to your glow, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Remember this, the universe rewards persistence. Life bows down to the person who refuses to quit. You may be delayed, but you will not be denied if you persist. You may be challenged, but you will not be conquered if you persist. The grind will test you, but persistence will guarantee that one day you will glow. The grind is the price you pay for the glow you desire. Every sacrifice, every sleepless night, every rejection, every failure, it all adds up to something greater than you can imagine. The glow doesn't come cheap, and it doesn't come easy. It's reserved for the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who rise after every fall, the ones who persist when others walk away. You have within you everything you need to rise higher, shine brighter, and become more than your circumstances. But you cannot shortcut the process. You cannot skip the grind. The sweat, the struggle, the sacrifice, that is where your strength is forged. That is where your resilience is built. That is where you become unshakable. The glow is not about impressing the world. It's about transforming yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and knowing you paid the price, knowing you refused to settle, knowing you gave everything you had. The glow is the reward for your grit, the evidence of your endurance, the light that shines because you dared to fight through the dark. So don't run from the grind. Embrace it. Don't fear the pain. Respect it. Don't let the challenges break you. Let them shape you. Because if you stay committed, if you keep moving, if you never give up, your grind will become your glow, and your life will stand as proof that persistence, faith, and resilience always win. Now is your time. Don't wait for the glow to come to you. Go create it. Grind with everything in you, and when the world sees your glow, they'll know you earned it.